It's gonna be a big episode, plenty of veterans, plenty of newcomers, and our first newcomer this season is Shaded. This Sonic fan knows a ton about real life Ninja Warrior, but I'm not sure how much he knows about Minecraft Ninja Warrior. Let's see what he can do. That timer is counting down from 2 minutes. He'll start with the quintuple steps, taking the cautious approach, but he's jumping between the steps quickly. That's a good grab onto the rope, heading into the first new obstacle, Roulette Row. He'll have to swing between the water wheels, but his momentum is good enough to carry him through. Now the beehive, a high grab on that wedge of honey is needed. That should be high enough, and he's landed on the second hive. Dismount safely, but here we go, another new obstacle, the bouncing spider. Barely catches the vines there, has to move through and make a slime bounce onto a pendulum. And he's got it! Going into the tire run, first comes these mini tires, 1, 2, oh, drops like a rock! Unlucky exit for Shadig, but he completed 2 new obstacles on debut, that's solid. The second competitor is a veteran who's competed in many events, Bowling Miner, no longer unemployed, and now a college freshman. Recently he was shown to have failed stage 2 in Star Challenge 2, so maybe he can get some redemption on this course. Oh yeah, Jack's Trash is here too. Last time he competed on Minecraft Ninja Warrior, he made it to the 7th obstacle of stage 1, the diving boards. I certainly didn't expect him to make it that far. I don't even think he expected himself to make it that far. He shouldn't have a problem with water physics, he's a bedrock player, and water tech is more difficult over there. 2 obstacles down onto the beehive, which he's done before, and that's a perfect slide. He hasn't had any problems so far, but this upcoming obstacle took him out on Craftscape. Sticks the jump, but he also has to do the slime bounce, and he dismounts too early and comes up short. Unfortunately, it seems that history has repeated itself. Third to take the stage is MCC Island Tournament regular, it's Clutch 9. Once again, he's wearing a skin made by Psychons, shout out to him. In both previous seasons, Clutch failed the beehive, and I still don't know how he fell the second time. This season, he's looking for a much needed improvement on the course. And the veteran is off. He's speeding through the steps, first competitor we've seen this season to rush through without stopping. Let's see how he tackles the tricky roulette row. Transfer's a bit low there, but he's caught the second wheel on the wrong side though. Might cause him to run out of the Dolphin's Grace, which lasts 12 seconds. Oh, he's out of there, now for his nemesis. Clutch has completed this honey slide before. That should be good. But he can't afford to slip off the second hive. Please don't fall here. Thank you. Wasting no time into the bouncing spider requires a high bounce on the slime. And he latches onto that pendulum. Good stuff so far from Clutch, we're finally getting a good look at what he's capable of. Although, he'll have to pick up the pace. Ideally, competitors want to reach the back half with a minute left. And because he took extra time on the roulette row, he's in a tough spot. Makes it onto that second set of ropes into the warped wall. This wall has been modified, but Clutch, making it look easy. 50 seconds left, don't stop, just go. He slips off the first board, tried to rush it. Hey, he completed the beehive, I see that as an absolute win. We've got another newcomer attempting stage 1, Giratina Cola. They seem to be looking at the fountain, it is a pretty sweet fountain, but let's see how their first time on the course goes. Gonna lag a little off the bat, good start. He's gonna be taking the cautious approach through the quintuple steps. He can't be taking too long on the first obstacle because that time limit is not lenient. Alright, he's made it through, now he needs to build up momentum on Roulette Row to transfer between the wheels. Good catch on the second wheel. Right into the dismount, making up some time there. The beehive has destroyed newcomers in the past. But Giratina completes the honey slide. The bouncing spider's already taken out one competitor. Oh, he's pulled a clutch. Can't say I expected that. But Reiku hasn't been the only one to fail Roulette Row. This brand new obstacle has been a bit of a ninja killer, and 2 more golden competitors tried to beat it. Golden Canadian came out of the gate looking strong, and he sped through the quintuple steps and even made the transfer on Roulette Row. But for whatever reason, he hesitated on the dismount and came up pixels short. Only Golden had one of the biggest crowds on the sidelines, with a total of 7 people cheering him on. While he may have had one of the biggest crowds, he had one of the shortest runs of the season. And right now, another competitor, SkyWarrior29, is taking their shot on stage 1. He's competed on Minecraft Ninja Warrior twice, barely landed on that second hive, but both times he's had disappointing results. The jumping spider took him out last time, but he avoids a repeat, sticking that jump. And he manages to complete the slime bounce as well, no problems. Sky's also got a massive crowd on the sidelines, a lot of whom will be running next episode. Going through tire run, this upcoming big tire jump is taking out some competitors in the past. Not him though. Just over a minute heading into the warped wall, this is the pace you want to be at. First try, misses the top. He'll have to go back and retry, that'll eat up some time. Reaches the top in his second attempt, but that's definitely messed up his pacing. 50 seconds to the diving boards now, very deadly obstacle. A little bit careful on the boards, he'll be the first to attempt the modified gap splitter. The jumps on this obstacle are a lot different with the ladders being shifted around. Skips the 4th ladder, that is allowed, but he's definitely running out of time. Sky has to be so efficient on the fly hooks. Low grab, nice recovery. He's halfway through the obstacle. He's grabbed onto the final bar. This is going to come down to the wire. He's going to need to ascend the spider trap quickly. Up to the first layer. Come on, Sky, you've got this. No, he slipped. He might still have enough time, but he has to be perfect, and he's not being perfect. He suddenly can't reach the first layer. That's going to be it. Sky Warrior is out of time. The first ever timeout in Minecraft Ninja Warrior. He'll keep climbing to no avail. The buzzer on top has disappeared. Another season for him, ending in an unfortunate way. Eight competitors have run to no success. Next up is Cypher, another newcomer and MCC Island tournament regular. Here we go, starting off with the quintuple steps. She won't be full sending the obstacle, that's fine, but she will momentum jump onto the rope. We've seen many newcomers fail on the new roulette row. Here comes the transfer. A good catch on the second wheel. This next obstacle, it's another newcomer killer though. Uh-oh, low slide. I'm not sure how she managed to land on the second hive any lower, she's probably in the water there. Little pause, but she sticks the jump on the bouncing spider. Now the slime bounce, perfect execution. We haven't seen a rookie make it past the tire run. In fact, the only one to make it this far was our first runner, Shadik. But Cypher seems to be navigating through quite well. Oh, from the bottom? Hey, if it works, it works. Less than 65 seconds approaching the warped wall. This is a solid pace to be at since this back half can eat up so much time. How will she perform on the diving boards? Gotta be so quick and precise. She's made it through. Whilst the first half of stage 1 focuses on momentum, this second half focuses more on precision and going quick with the clock counting down. The Cypher isn't buckling under the pressure of the time limit. 2 obstacles remaining. Oh, how did she manage to save herself? The fly hooks have certainly been an exciting obstacle to watch over 2 seasons. At this point, SkyWarrior had a similar time but couldn't finish. There's a huge risk of meeting the same fate here. She's opening the first layer before climbing, smart. A small fumble there, don't make mistakes now. Especially not with the 10-second warning. Final layer, go! 3 seconds remaining. Cypher has managed to beat the spider trap in time, and with that, she becomes the first to clear stage 1. Congratulations! We'll be seeing her take on stage 2 later. After that great run, we've got quite a unique competitor, JCatTV, who is Minecraft Ninja Warrior's first ever mobile player. Don't ask me how they're playing on mobile, probably some kind of client. I have no idea if JCat has competed in other Ninja Warrior competitions. This might be his first one. Going through the quintuple steps slowly, he wants to align himself perfectly to cross these small gaps. And he's on the third step, halfway through. The jump to the rope, it's further, and usually competitors are getting some momentum before it. But he's gonna go from the top. Big leap! He's barely managed to grab on. Now that might be the slowest completion of the first obstacle, and now he needs to overcome the tough roulette row. Oh, he did it! A mobile player has made it further than a few competitors. How has this happened? Surely he's not making it through a third obstacle, but it would be a miracle if he could. Oh, faceplant into the water. For a mobile player, JCat didn't have a good run. He had a great run. I'll give him an A for effort. And already at the start line is Bitslap, and this will be his third time competing. He hasn't cleared stage 1 before. Can this be his time? So last season he went under the name Flippings, and I pretended like he was a newcomer who trained under Bitslap. I really don't feel like continuing the joke, so yeah, Bitslap competed last time, he failed the fly hooks. It was incredibly sad, many tears were shed. But he certainly proved that he's capable of making it to the next stage. I think he's definitely got the speed for it, he just can't slip up. Gotta line up the slime bounce perfectly, and he makes that look easy. 4 obstacles down in 30 seconds, brilliant pace so far, and he's just leaping through the mini tires effortlessly. Can he do this big tire jump? Yes he can, clean grab on that rope. The warped walls caused a few issues this season, it caused a timeout earlier, and he misses the top in his first attempt. Gotta go back and retry. He reverses his jump on the second attempt, and it works out. Diving boards now, they're popping up right in front of him, perfect cycle. 3 obstacles remain. The obstacle that ended his run last season is still to come. Skips that 4th ladder there, small time save. But this is it, the fly hooks. Get your redemption, dude. You've got so much time. The final jump, this is where he fell. And he's timed that perfectly. He's got over 30 seconds left for the spider trap. That's definitely enough. Now on the 3rd layer, he's faster than fast. He's quicker than quick. Bitslap is speed. Even with the 2 attempts on the warped wall, a dominating performance on stage 1 from the veteran, and he'll be taking on stage 2. There's another new face approaching the start line, Lavabergs, the host of the Island Sweats Championship, an up-and-coming MCC Island event. He looks excited to be here, let's hope he can hit a buzzer. Once again, I have no idea how good Lavabergs is at parkour, but plenty of rookies have done well in the past, and one of them was the first to clear stage 1 this season. As an MCC Island player, he's probably played a decent amount of Parkour Warrior. Oh, a little bit of lag there caused him to barely catch that second wheel. Now for the beehive. He's grabbed that very low, and he's not able to land on the second hive. There goes Lavaberg's debut run, but he's got a lot of energy. I'm excited to see him return. Walking up to the start line now is one of Minecraft Ninja Warrior's most prominent competitors, Emperor Els. Last season, he managed to get the fastest time on stage 1, but couldn't get past the tricky broken tank on stage 2. He's been to stage 2 twice, but this season, what he wants more than anything is to reach stage 3. Els is one of 3 competitors to have completed stage 1 in both seasons, and hopefully that streak can stay alive. Out of those 3 competitors, he's the only one to have not beaten stage 2, with Adrian Comaswells doing it in previous seasons, but Third times is the charm. That's a great slide on the beehive, lands on the highest point. Haven't seen anyone do that yet, headed for the bouncing spider. Hasn't taken out many people. The slime bounce should not be an issue for him, straight onto the pendulum and straight off of it. He's completed tire run before, at this point you'd expect him to know the strats. Just gotta run down the big tire, much easier than stopping on it. A little slow on the ropes, but his pace is still great. A lot of time for the back half is exactly what you want. Oh, misses the top of the warped wall. That's fine, he's got plenty of time for another attempt. Can't make it up on his second either. Can he reach the top in his third? Yes, he can. But the warped wall has stalled Elves to the point where he'll need to rush a bit, especially with a bad cycle on the diving boards. Uh-oh. Only 40 seconds remaining. This is gonna be a nail biter. Past the first wall on the gap splitter. And now past the second, it's easy enough for him. He'll need perfect efficiency on the fly hooks. Onto the first bar. No! A complete mistime. He couldn't afford to wait on that bar and had to rush the transfer. So close to the end, a shocking result for Els. Recently, two more notable competitors within the greater Minecraft Ninja Warrior community took their shot at stage 1. Prythium went first and had a close call early, only just catching the rope, as well as another scare on Roulette Row. But when it came to the beehive, he was out of lives. Froggy went up next and had her boyfriend Corey Sneeko cheering her on. In Season 1, she failed the honey slide of the beehive, but she didn't let that happen this time. However, in Season 2, Corey fell on the ropes of Tire Run, and in an ironic twist of events... yeah. Speaking of Corey Sneeko, he's gonna be the next to run Stage 1. He's the Star Challenge host, who is somehow worse than expected. Corey was the last man standing on Craftsicate, hosted by Jack is Trash, and he's got the potential to make it far, but the question remains, can he beat Tire Run? Here we go. For the past 2 seasons, Corey has had 0 issues with the course, besides one obstacle involving a lot of stairs and ropes. Into Roulette Row, he hates water obstacles with a passion. That's probably why Star Challenge doesn't have any. Past 2 obstacles, the beehive's been quite the ninja killer so far. But Corey knows to grab that honey high up. He honestly nearly reached the top, like of the entire hive. Bouncing Spider now sticks the jump. Was one of the few people on Craftsicate to actually beat the jumping spider. 4 obstacles down, that's just the appetizer. He's got to defeat his nemesis. Took him out twice and it just took Frog out. Grabs the second vine this time, but can he grab those next vines? Yes, he can! This is a miracle, holy heck. Let's see if he can get up the warped wall in one attempt. No issues there. This is Corey's first time on the back half in 3 seasons. He's got to be feeling nervous. It's definitely showing, refusing to take that cycle on the diving boards. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's only got 3 obstacles remaining. And he literally invented the gap splitter. Or maybe Frog did, I don't know. But there's no way he falls. Now the fly hooks, this obstacle is chokeable. Especially with the pressure from the time limit. Halfway now, gonna near that 3rd bar, the final transfer is far, he gets it, but that time limit's counting down. Now's not the time to be making mistakes on the spider trap. Oh, a little fumble, just one more layer. Corey Sneeko has reached the top, he clears stage 1 for the first time. I don't think he can believe it, he looks ecstatic. But he'll be the 3rd competitor advancing to stage 2. We're gonna go from event host to event host with the owner of Craftsicate, Jack is Trash. Recently, Jack started the 2nd season of Craftsicate after the success of the first one. He's mainly a Bedrock player, so let's see what he can do on a Java course. In his past 2 seasons, Jack's failed the beehive and the jumping spider, and he's not looking for another early slip-up. To prepare for this season, he's been playing more Java, doing a lot of training on MCC Island's Parkour Warrior. But practicing regular parkour can only get you so far. Minecraft Ninja Warrior's got a lot of weird obstacles that are difficult to replicate, like the beehive and the upcoming bouncing spider. Makes the jump which took him out last time. The slime bounce eliminated his mate Bowling Miner a while ago, and Jack's made it. He's passed 4 obstacles now. Anxiety's gotta be high at this point. He's taking his time on the mini tires, being way more cautious on this obstacle than anyone who's made it here. But he's actually completed that big tire jump with ease. 65 seconds to the warped wall, a decent pace here. And he makes it up in a single attempt. Jack has been very solid so far, but that's not a great cycle. Waiting for the diving boards to rise will take up some time. They're up, go! Couldn't land on the second board. At least he made it much further this time. Only 2 people are left to run for this episode, and the second last competitor is another veteran, Swerve. Twice he's competed and twice he's failed stage 1, but 3rd time's the charm. Recently, Swerve's been in a bit of a slump when it comes to these kinds of events. He's failed the first stage on Sasuke Craft, failed the first stage on the 3rd season of Star Challenge, and he lost his stage 2 race on Craftscape to Good Morning Cam, who'll be competing next episode. It's been a while since he's cleared a stage in a competition. That's a low grab on the honey, but it works out. But Swerve doesn't want to give up. He told me he was practicing a lot more for Minecraft Ninja Warrior, mainly through Parkour Warrior, but also some of the other games on MCC Island to help improve his overall movement. So far he's been cruising through the course, but the tire run can't be underestimated. He fell on this 2 seasons back. He should know the strategy now, just running down that big tire. In the past, Swerve was a speed demon, but he knows more than anyone that speed kills. Before running, he told me he didn't care about his time. He just wanted to clear. Gotta wait for the diving boards. He's gonna stop on that 3rd board, smart approach, but this is the obstacle that took him out last season, the gap splitter. It looks like he's been practicing his ladder neos, no problems with the obstacle this time. Just 2 obstacles stand between Swerve and his first buzzer. This is not the time to be rushing, that's how the fly hooks trips competitors up. He's lashed onto the final bar, but he won't make that dismount straight away. Over 25 seconds for the final obstacle, the spider trap. There's plenty of time, but mistakes can't be made. He's being clumsy on the 2nd layer, finally makes it up. And Swerve will beat the 10-second warning, getting his first buzzer in a while for any competition. Welcome back, Swerve. It may not have been the fastest time, but I doubt he cares. He's going to stage 2. The final runner for this episode is a newcomer with some high expectations. Give it up for Sanity. He was one of the last competitors to sign up, so he hasn't had much time to practice, but I don't think that'll matter. Let's see if this final runner can make an impact. From what I've heard, Sam is possibly one of the best parkour players around. On the parkour server Zero Miner, which has hundreds of parkour maps ranging from easy to almost impossible, he's completed every single one, as well as the server's hardcore gauntlet, featuring insanely tough puzzles, mazes, and parkour. That kind of record can't be overlooked. Imagine he misses his slime bounce. Yet no worries with that. I'm not really sure why he calls himself an IRL parkourer though. Like, when does he have time to actually go outside? He's been completing these maps 24/7. Could be leaping from the top of the tire. I guess he wanted a lot of height there. Over 70 seconds left. Can he climb the warped wall? Only needs 1 attempt for it. The diving boards ended a lot of runs last season, but not many have fell here so far, and it doesn't look like Sam will be another casualty. Only 3 obstacles left, on an exceptional pace, and no chance he's falling some trapdoor neos. Could probably do this with his eyes closed, honestly. With just 2 obstacles, he's got a shot at the fastest time, currently held by Bitslap. It looks like he's going for it, wasting no time on the rotations. Lands directly on the last bar, instead of the water. Perfect ascension so far up the spider trap. Oh, spoke too soon. It won't matter. A generational performance from the rookie. The fastest time of episode 1. 3 whole seconds between him and second. He's got the speed, but can he make the big moves required for stage 2? I think this parkourer could be a definite contender. Last episode was kicked off with a newcomer, and so will this episode. First to run stage 1 this time is Oriukas, an MCC Island legend. He's been unable to compete in the past season due to injuries, and we're about to see Oriukas versus stage 1. As per usual, stage 1 will be starting with a quick trip through the quintuple steps, which Oriukas will have no trouble with. But speaking of trouble, the new roulette road took out 3 competitors last episode, and this transfer between wheels is tricky. Oh, he's in a tough spot now, backtracking for some momentum. He makes the transfer. Can he get off the wheel? Yes, he can. Next obstacle is the beehive. Was also a ninja killer last episode. Oriukas has the slide part down. Please don't walk off the hive. Good job, dude. Charging towards the bouncing spider. First half is down. Now comes the slime bounce. Gotta line this up perfectly. Undershoots the slime. A bad exit from those walls will end Oriukas' first run. Let's hope he didn't injure himself again. And one of Oriukas' buddies will be up next. Oh, what's going on? Hey, Fire Touch, it's your turn. Next up is Fire Touch, the movie producer. And his buds on the sidelines are doing more important things, clearly. Now who cares? Hopefully he can produce a good result. Back in Season 2 of Minecraft Ninja Warrior, he was one of many to fail the jumping spider, but since then, I don't actually know how to continue that sentence. Has he prepared for it? No idea. He's handling the water obstacle with ease. He completed the beehive last time, should be able to rebeat it. That's quite low, but he'll still land it. Now don't fall off. Hey, you can never be too sure. No rest for Fire Touch right into the bouncing spider. Last time he slipped through the gap in the vines, but he'll deal with the slime bounce easily, becoming the first to race through Tire Run. A little glance to the audience there, might be asking for their support. Grab onto those first ropes, nice, but the hard part of the obstacle is with this big tire jump. Leap off and hold on tight. Onto the warped wall, a solid pace to this point for Fire Touch. Oh, can't make it up in 1. We'll have to go back. Can he get up in 2? Comes up short again. This is bad. This is eating up valuable time. And Fire Touch is struggling. Just isn't getting enough height. Grabs the top in his 4th try, but he hasn't got much time left. 4 obstacles in 35 seconds. Is that possible? Ooh, unlucky. He slips up on the diving boards, but at least he never gave up. Taking the stage for his 2nd time will be Australian icon, Lyxite. He is indeed the one and only Lyxite. And yes, that's the same crowd from last run, with Fire Touch now in the stands, alongside many others, some of whom will be running later. On his first time, he failed the gap splitter. Can this be Lyxite's breakout run? Lyxite has been kinda popping off in MCC Island events recently, I think. Don't fact check me on that, just trust my word, but hopefully his skill in parkour has improved since last season. Ooh, 2 obstacles down. I can't hear his supporters over in the audience, but I'm sure they're cheering him on with lots of enthusiasm. He's got the dismount off that second hive, flying off that trampoline, and sticks the jump. It's important to not undershoot this bounce. And he lands right in the middle, textbook on the slime bounce. Heading towards the mini tires, these 4 jumps can't be underestimated. It's easy to be tripped up. Making his way through that first set of ropes. And a big jump off the big tire. No, what was that? Why did he jump from the top? A bit of a surprising fail there for Lyxite. Last season, she fell at the end of stage 1. Now, Kubo is back for redemption. Her profile says she's Lyxite's friend, but he's nowhere to be found in the stands. Ironic. Let's see if her second attempt on this stage will be her time to shine in the spotlight. Quick dismount off the rope. One of her pals, only golden, fell on this obstacle last episode. But that will be a clean transfer. I don't think much has changed for Kubo between seasons. Probably still doing well in community tournaments. There was some Battle Box League I think her team did well in. Now onto the bouncing spider. Gotta hit this trampoline late. Smooth entry there. Second part of the obstacle. And that's also a smooth bounce onto the pendulum. The more basic obstacles with simpler jumps shouldn't be an issue for Kubo, but on those obstacles with moving bits and pieces, nobody has an advantage. And that'll be a bit of redemption for Lyxite, who messed up that same jump. Can she climb the warped wall in one attempt? Perfect jump up in one. She's been on a solid pace to this point, and that's a lucky cycle there. That'll shave off a few seconds. Kubo will be the first on the gap splitter. Hasn't taken out anyone yet. Skipping the 4th ladder, that's a little bit more time saved. And the fly hooks is where her run ended last season. Actually using the water this time, that'll be a new personal best. Only one more jump remains. Hold on to that bar. More than 30 seconds are left. She should be fine on time. Just the spider trap remains. Couple of stumbles there, but seriously, just don't fall off the layer and you're good. Alright, she's chilling. Kubo becomes the first finisher of the episode, and the 6th finisher overall. With that performance, she's earned a ticket to stage 2, which will focus more on being precise and making huge leaps. Well done, Kubo. 3rd rookie for the episode and 5th overall is Sky Oreos, another Australian MCC Islander like Lyxite, Oriukas and Firetouch before him. I'm sure you're not tired of seeing this group of supporters yet. Although he's a newcomer to Minecraft Ninja Warrior, Sky Oreos was one of a few competitors to have competed in the first ever test event almost half a year ago. I'm not sure how well he did back then, but he's not going into this course completely inexperienced. Had some trouble with getting through that second wheel. Now for the beehive, going from the back, a brilliant slide. Took no time to stop in that first hive, managing to carry his momentum all the way. Good jump into the bouncing spider. It seems like everyone's getting the jump easily. What about the bounce? Too easy for the newcomer. 4 obstacles down on a great pace. His supporters are watching eagerly. Tire Run has defeated 3 competitors, all somehow in different areas. Double jumps off the big tire and he's held onto the rope. How will he do on the warped wall? Ooh, just one attempt needed. A little double jump there, but he's made it up. Just a minute left, zooming across the diving boards. Small pause, he doesn't need to go too fast. Sky Oreos should have no problems with these ladder jumps. That's one wall down, this jump's slightly tougher. Remember when this obstacle was hard? He's just got to make it through these rotating bars, and he definitely has enough time to complete the spider trap if he's efficient. Already on the 3rd bar, how has he gone through this so fast? Sky Oreos, this Aussie newcomer, has treated stage 1 like a playground, making it through all 10 obstacles so easily. That's the last layer, clearing with just under 18 seconds. Finishing just barely quicker than Kubo, and that'll make him our 7th finisher. We've already hit more finishes than last season, and I'm sure Sky's squad will be thrilled to hear the news that he's heading to stage 2. A trio of MCC Island players recently took on stage 1, all trying to get their first buzzers. Deadvid the content creator was first up, wearing his usual mudkip skin. Last season, he made it to the jumping spider, but this time, he couldn't survive the drop on Roulette Row. Leonardo was next up, who was looking for some revenge on the beehive after failing it twice. Luckily, third time's the charm, and he even scraped through Bouncing Spider. Then came Tire Run. The last of the trio was Rohan, the owner of the Battle Champs tournament server, and he had some spectators. In his first season, he put up a solid run to the diving boards, but his hopes of a buzzer were gone when he dismounted too early. On the course now is returning competitor Luna, who'll be skipping part of the platform. Sticks the jump into the walls, now she's got to get high enough for the bounce, and she lands directly in the middle. Luna didn't compete in the second season of Minecraft Ninja Warrior because she was on vacation, but in her first and only appearance, she nearly completed stage 2, failing the final jump of Wingnut Alley. Almost out of Tire Run, it seems like she's been adapting to the many changes of the course so far. The late jump on the warped wall, I'm sure that's all because of ping, and she's not going to take that cycle on the diving boards. There'll be a bit of a time loss. Not that it matters, cruising across the boards. Alright, you're a zero miner player, you can't fail these ladder jumps. Now everyone's doing the cap splitter skip. I can't wait to replace this obstacle next season. 2 more obstacles to the buzzer. Now is not the time to choke. She's never done this obstacle before, but she's making it look effortless. I guess it is a lot easier when you have a lot of time left. One last push to the finish. There's no chance of a timeout unless your keyboard disconnects or something. Up to the top, and that'll be a very straightforward clear for Luna, returning as though she never left the course. That's quite the triumphant return so far. We'll see if she can avenge herself on stage 2 next episode. One of the best MCC Island players has finally entered the competition, Brunted. Within almost any tournament, he's a complete powerhouse, and he's placed first in some of the most prestigious and stacked competitions. But will he be able to dominate Minecraft Ninja Warrior? Although Brunted's main strengths lie in PvP, don't let that make you think he's some sort of one trick. He's absolutely bonkers when it comes to movement as well, and hopefully he'll be able to demonstrate that. Speeding through the first 2 obstacles, we've seen some shocking fails in the beehive before. Never mind, he'll be fine. Extremely high slide, now he'll need to dismount. Thank God he didn't fail that. Alright, Bouncing Spider now. This slime bounce has taken out 3 competitors, 2 of them island players. That was a little close to the back edge, but that won't phase Brunted. Rushing headfirst into Tire Run, another killer. This season has really shown that competitors can fail anywhere on this obstacle. Even the ropes between the tires have taken people out. Going for the double jump technique, and he should be out of there. Unusually cautious on that final set of ropes though, and somehow he's already down to under a minute. Might need to pick up the pace, but the dude is gliding across the diving boards. Any worries of a time crunch are gone just like that. Brunted, I swear, if you fail the gap splitter, I'm not allowing you to compete in next season. And honestly, that goes for any competitor. 40 seconds left for the fly hooks and spider trap. Should definitely be enough, but any hopes for fastest clear are out of range. Grab onto that final bar, don't peel off. Very solid grab, and now there's just one more obstacle in his path. Climbing up onto the first layer. Onto the second, nope. Onto the second. And now, onto the third. Just like that, one of the best MCC Island players has made a mark on the Minecraft Ninja Warrior course. While it wasn't a fast run, actually it was kind of slow, it doesn't matter, because Brunted is advancing to stage 2. Next up is fan favorite Good Morning Ken. Oh, I guess it's not his time to run yet. Wait, no it is! Good morning Cam, returning for his 3rd season. Let's see if he can make... what is he doing? I'm gonna assume it's his turn? Yeah, let's just roll with this. Cam has competed in so many Ninja Warrior events to some incredibly mixed success, but most of those have been on Bedrock. Now on Java, he's ready to go full throttle. And fellow Java enjoyer Swerve is on the sidelines. And off he goes. I said off he goes. Yeah, nice late start, doofus. I sure hope those 2 or 3 seconds don't cost him, but knowing Cam's speed, I doubt it will. Until this season, Cam held the speed record on stage 1, clearing with over 25 seconds left, but it was broken by Sam P last episode. Could he be looking to reclaim that record? This man has never had trouble with honey obstacles, but he failed the jumping spider in season 1 of Crafted, another competition. Gotta nail this slime bounce. He's learned from his past mistakes, that looked effortless. Little pauses there on the mini tires, doesn't want to get tripped up. And he's taking his time on the ropes. Come on Cam, you've got to keep moving. Just needs to swing across these last 2 ropes. Onto the back half. Can he climb this warped wall in 1 attempt? No, inches away from the top. A single retry should do it. Up he goes. He's not looking too hot on time. Onto the diving boards immediately. Don't slip off. Cam failed the gap splitter last season, but I think I accidentally nerfed it for this season because everyone has had no problems with it. Doesn't do the skiff, but he's still through easily. How efficient can he be on the fly hooks? Needs to make up some time. He's moving across the water instead of doing the Neo. Smart! And that has saved him so much time. If he somehow times out now, he will go down as the biggest choker in Minecraft Ninja Warrior, but never mind. Quick ascension from the veteran. And Cam will finish with... Dude, press the button. What are you doing? I know you're trolling, but still, press it. He times it so he finishes with just a second left. Why? Last episode, I know I said stage 2 run order was determined by time, but I changed my mind. I'm still gonna make him run stage 2 first anyway. In Minecraft Ninja Warrior 2, Sourish Candle and Prythium made it to stage 2 as rookies, and both of them were hoping to continue this streak of finishes. Sourish Candle looked strong on the early obstacles, despite a hesitation on Roulette Row. With Rohan supporting him, he cruised through the first half, but then hit a roadblock on the warped wall. However, Sour turned on the jets on the last few obstacles, and he managed to clear with just under 6 seconds left. Prythium made a flashy start by getting some altitude on Roulette Row, but then had a close call on the bouncing spider. With Last Fire's support, she tore up the rest of the course, having no issues with the warped wall, and even managing to link some moves on the fly hooks. She hit her second buzzer with the second fastest time, becoming the 5th clear in a row. Only 2 runners remain, and the penultimate runner will be the last man standing of Season 1, Adri. Last season he kind of fell all the way down the spider trap and broke his legs, but now he's back. Well, kinda. Adri is British, and he's got a pretty good setup, but during this season he took a vacation to Hong Kong. His setup is in a hotel room, so he could be witnessing a hotel room completion, or he could flop. I have no idea if he's playing on a mouse or a trackpad. I'd like to think he's playing on a mouse, but some people out there are pretty cracked on a trackpad, you never know. Surely Adri can make this transfer, he absolutely can. The Roulette Road definitely hasn't been as effective this episode. And neither has the Beehive, just about everyone's done the honey slide with no problems. But if there's one obstacle on stage 1 which anyone can fail on, it's the bouncing spider. Somewhat close to the back edge, but so far he's looking steady, but that stability will be tested with Tire Run. Past the mini tires, through the ropes now. And into the big tire jump. Good grip and a solid pace into the back half. Let's see how Adri does on the warped wall. Oh, reverse jump, doesn't make it. Second attempt, come on Adri. Doesn't even get close that time. This is turning into a bad situation, so much wasted time. Barely misses on his third. Oh no. He's finally reached the top. 40 seconds left, keep fighting. No, don't wait, don't hesitate now. Oh, I think he's cooked. No shot, there's enough time on the clock. Adri fails the diving boards anyway. That's one way to avoid a timeout at least, but he'll have to wait for redemption next season. Time for the final runner, and if you looked in the bottom right, you know who it is. The last man standing of Season 2 has a huge crowd on the sidelines, only fitting for the final runner. I think the dude's ready. Let's see if he can make it back to Stage 2 for a third time. In both of the past seasons, Swerve has just torn through the first stage, putting up some very quick times. And last season was his breakthrough, being the sole survivor of Stage 2 and parrying through all the way to the dungeon, 2 obstacles away from the final stage. If there's one thing that Coma's aiming for, it'll be total victory, and right now, he's the favorite to do so. He's up to the slime bounce. Lands on the left side of the pendulum, probably the only competitor to go left there. His army of spectators seem to be moving in an orderly line, some very impressive synchronization, but we should probably focus more on the man running the course. He's moving at a breakneck pace. One attempt for the wall. He is schmoving through Stage 1. Unlucky cycle for the diving boards, probably the first time he's shown any patience on the course. But he won't stop on any board, one fluid motion, he's all the way across. Onto the gap splitter, this obstacle is free, no worries whatsoever. We've seen some incredibly fast runs throughout 3 seasons. If there's anyone who could be looking to crush the speed record, it would be Swerve. Doesn't even need the water on the final bar. The buzzer is in sight, ascending at an incredibly quick pace. The final runner, Swerve, gets the speed record previously set by Sam P, and that's also his 3rd Stage 1 buzzer. He's looking down at the crowd, they're all so happy for him. I think... Oh wait, they're leaving. Maybe they're going over to Stage 2, because that's where we'll be headed next episode. With the fastest time on Stage 1, Swerve sits at the top, out of 13 competitors advancing to Stage 2. Rookie Sam P is second, with veterans Prythium and Bitslap behind, followed by another rookie, Sky Oreos. After the top 5 are several veterans, Kubo, Luna, Swerve, and Corey Sneeko, with top MCC Island player Brunted in 10th. Sourish Candle Cypher and Good Morning Cam will round out this list of finishers. This Stage 2 course is harder than anything most of the remaining competitors have faced, with many modifications since last season and a new obstacle. Somebody has to be the first to take on the course, and kicking things off in the finale is Good Morning Cam. Last episode he waited until the timer hit 0 to hit the buzzer, and I have no idea why he did that. As a punishment for wasting my time, he's running first. He's the guinea pig. Over on the sidelines is Swerve, who'll be running later, and by sidelines, I mean he's on top of a building. I don't know how he got up there. 1 minute 50 on the clock. This course starts with the striding steps, 9 platforms which decrease in size. He's made light work of them. Now the salmon ladder, last season there were 4 rungs, now there's 6. Oh, he misses the last rung. Luckily he managed to catch himself on the lower one, good save. Next obstacle has also been modified, the gate crasher, now requiring 2 mid-air transitions instead of just 1. Open that door easily, no problems. He's got to do it again into the cherry house. Back in season 1, he struggled with that obstacle, but he's clearly improved his technique, and he's looking very stable on the broken tank. Grab the rope. Now for the new obstacle, the falling shelves, Cam has to hit the button and leap around the frames. 1 down. That's 2 down. The last jump's a reverse grab, has to learn the other side. He nails it. The penultimate obstacle, the wingnut alley, he's never made it this far. These 7 platforms have massive distances between them. It will take perfect jumps to get through them all. Oh gosh, 2 more jumps. We could be seeing a clear already. 1 more jump. Doesn't want that. Lines it up again. No! He was so close. Oh my gosh, Cam pixels away from pretty much clearing. He's trying out the wall flip. He knows he would have had enough time for it as well. That is devastating. Next will be the first newcomer to run stage 2. It's Cypher. She was the first to clear stage 1 this season, coming quite close to timing out actually. On this course, her pace will need to be much quicker, but if she speeds up, maybe she can hit another buzzer. Her first time on the stage, hopefully those nerves have settled in, making her way across. Oh, what? Wait, what just happened? How did that happen? Cypher was going through nicely, but it looks like she overshot that final step. I didn't even think that was possible. Now for a competitor who we haven't seen much of this season, Sourish Candle, a certified attack helicopter, movement 1 trick, Hypixel skyblock victim, and hole in the wall god. He was on stage 2 last season but couldn't survive the broken tank. Now that he's back on this stage, he's ready for a comeback. Well, now we know from Cypher that no obstacle on this stage can be underestimated. Even the first few obstacles can take out competitors. I'm not sure why he hopped off the first rung there. We'll go up anyway. 4th rung, the 5th, back down to the 3rd. Fortunately managed to recover, and now he's past the salmon ladder. Going right into the first house. You don't even need to open that gate midair, but he'll do it anyway. Opens both doors that time. He's barely lining these jumps up. But he's just made that obstacle look so easy. Last season he couldn't grab the rope. He's swerving around a lot on that barrel, but it's helping him stay on. He survived. Falling shelves now. Opting to go around the left side of the frames. These first 2 transitions aren't so hard, but this reverse grab is tricky. Floating, lands it, barely, right on the edge. More than 50 seconds on the wingnut alley. That should be plenty of time for Sour to line up these jumps. Close call on the 4th landing. Going for a more cautious approach now. Good idea. Just the final jump. The killer. This took out Cam. But Sour will not be defeated by the wingnut alley. The wall flip is all that stands in his way. I'm not even kidding. Just don't walk off the side or do something stupid. This is a victory lap. 1 more wall. All that stands in his way. And he slips. That would have been embarrassing if he had less time. But he'll still make it over. He'll still beat the 10-second warning and become the first person advancing to stage 2 this season. Honestly, he might be the only person advancing. This stage is hard, but it's just the 3rd out of 13 runners. He's got a lot of time to prepare. We'll see him again later on stage 3. Who's up next? It's Bitslap! After 3 seasons, he's finally made it to stage 2. And what a start to the season he's had, clearing stage 1 with a ton of time left. I'm gonna cut this intro short because this song has lyrics and I don't want the video taken down. This dude finished with one of the fastest times on stage 1. We already know that he's a speedy boy, but it'll be his precision that's really tested on this stage. Already ascending the salmon ladder, crouching on each rung, really trying not to slip up, and up to the purple bar of safety. Now for the gate crash, a very easy obstacle to choke on. You miss the doors, you're done. You miss the gates, you're done. Spruce to mangrove, very nice leap. He's got to do it again into the cherry house. And not enough distance on the jump sends Bitslap plummeting into the water. A solid season overall for the veteran, but it's a long swim back to the sidelines. The fifth competitor of the episode is Corey Sneeko, the Star Challenge host who finally got the finale of the second season of his competition out, a full year after it ended. Over on the sidelines, as per usual, is his girlfriend Froggy, who hopefully won't dump him after he fails immediately. Well, it's nice to know that he hasn't failed a second in. Can he get through the candles? Yes, he can. Onto the salmon ladder should be very familiar with this obstacle, and I'm sure he's done harder variants of it in other competitions. Up to the purple bar, now drop down into the gate crasher. Corey told me he was worried about this obstacle, his aim with the mouse isn't the best. Oh, that looked like a very clean jump, okay, just do that again. Never mind. A complete whiff on the jump, that is unlucky. Hey, at least he got past Tire Run this season. Up on the starting line is another Australian here on stage 2, Sky Oreos, coming in with a very energetic introduction. Last episode, Sky Oreos had one of the biggest crowds of spectators, and with their overwhelming support, he hit his first buzzer. This time, his crowd is smaller, but hopefully he can still put up a strong run. There's 4 Australians that are running stage 2 this episode. One of them, Sarish Candle, has already cleared the course and advanced to stage 3. Sky Oreos is definitely looking to be the next to do so, although this course is challenging. The obstacles here are nothing like anything he might have faced on parkour servers. The Gatecrasher has been on a hot streak as of recent. The last 2 competitors failed the next jump into the cherry house. He's crashed through the 3rd gate and he's out of there. Now he's got to keep his balance on the broken tank. It'll speed up at the end of the track. That barrel's dropping down. He'll barely get a grip on the rope. There's still a lot of time left, leaping around the falling shelves. Shouldn't have any problems doing Neos, but he's got to land the reverse grab. And he'll be the 3rd to tackle Wingnut Alley. This is his first season competing, but he's popping off, just making this course look effortless. Though he has been slowing down a bit to get the right setups for these jumps. Final jump, immediately transfers and lands it. Sky Oreos is cooking with high heat, ladies and gentlemen. He has even more time than Sour did to this point. I kinda wish the time limit was even less, because he can go grab a drink, see a movie, come back, and still clear. Nice fumble, but the crowd will go wild as Sky Oreos gets his ticket to the next stage. A masterclass from the newcomer. In just his first season, he's made it all this way. That's worthy of a celebration. Hit that buzzer one more time. In the first episode of the season, he got his first buzzer for any competition in a while. Swerve is looking to turn that single buzzer into a streak. And over on the sidelines will be Jack is Trash, the host of another competition, Krasuke. Before his run, Swerve told me that he's never failed stage 2 in any Minecraft parkour competition, and he's definitely looking to keep that streak alive. He's looking very comfortable on the salmon ladder. Now it's time to make a breakthrough on the Gatecrasher. Lands the first jump, first mid-air transition, lining it up. Doesn't slot through the gap. That'll be a rather disappointing end to the season. That's rough, buddy. Here's another competitor who's no stranger to taking on the second stage, Luna. Despite missing last season, she's returned stronger than ever in search of some redemption on the course. She came pixels away from finishing on her first attempt. Now it's time for her to reach stage 3. In terms of raw parkour skill, Luna's without a doubt one of the top competitors, having completed several extremely technical challenges including Miner's Pure Pain Marathon Deluxe, a gauntlet featuring some of the toughest maps out there. But we already know that just raw ability doesn't perfectly translate to the Minecraft Ninja Warrior course. Her aim would help her out on the Gatecrasher though, making light work of these doors. Just one more remaining, quick jam, and she's done it. This obstacle might be tough, she's got high ping, making staying steady more difficult. She's falling behind a bit, keep moving, barely scrapes by. Now the falling shelves, surely Luna can take care of a couple of Neos. Just making sure to get these effects. Gonna need precise aim for the reverse grab. And there's one last obstacle in her path. Technically two, but who cares about the wall flip? It's free. The Wingnut Alley though, these platforms of peril are what blocked her from a stage 3 appearance in the first season. Her technique, going from the edge of the first few transitions, it's good, but that won't work on this final jump, which ended her season last time. 30 seconds, focus up! Not again! History repeats itself! Take a look at what happened in season 1. Luna fails in the exact same way, by just overshooting her momentum and slipping off. Lightning has struck twice to end this veteran season. Another female competitor is taking the stage. She put up a stunning performance last episode. It's Kubo the girl failure, I mean girl boss. 2 seasons in, but this is her first time on stage 2, and she'll be bringing along only Golden and Sky Warrior, 2 of her incredibly dedicated fans. I'm not sure what game she mains when it comes to MCC Island, but Kubo's just about a beast in every game the server has to offer. Even freaking Rocket Spleef. How are you good at Rocket Spleef? I don't understand that. She also posts montages on her channel every now and then. If you want to see people getting clipped, then go check them out. Getting enough distance to make these jumps is so important. Ooh, hesitation. She'll open up both doors that time. Alright, broken tank. How has this taken out nobody yet? This took out 2 people last season. Looking unstable. Oh, but she manages to avoid falling off. Into the falling shells. Hey, remember to press the button. Good job. She's taking a lot of caution to line up these Neos. Is that enough for the reverse? It will be. 1 minute left, 2 more obstacles, and only one of them can take competitors out. Going with the jam strats, landing on the edge of each platform. Honestly, kind of a boring strategy because everyone's doing it, and it makes the first half of this obstacle just free. Final jump, it all comes down to this. Perfection from Kubo! Over half a minute for the wall flip. Use this time to grab a snack. Go make ramen or something because she'll still have enough time to finish. One more wall to climb. Oh, the spaghetti. Fumble central today on the last wall. Though it won't matter because Kubo becomes the 3rd competitor to reach stage 3. From a first stage fail to a second stage clear, it's been a breakout season for her. And she'll run over to her adoring fans, to the lads. I'm sure they're so proud of her. I did indeed just put all the remaining female competitors except Cypher back to back, because making an entrance on the starting line now is Prythium. Showed a lot of finesse on the first stage, clinching the 3rd fastest time. And of course, on the sidelines is Lastfire. What a legend. Since debuting last season, Prythium's been one of the fastest competitors, being near the top both times she's cleared stage 1. There's no way she has any trouble with the time limit, especially with how lenient it's been so far. This run is almost guaranteed to come down to precision. And speaking of precision, she's now facing the Gatecrasher. Unnecessary mid-air transition. Well, last time she failed Wingnut Alley, and she believes she's got what it takes to reach stage 3. I definitely think she can reach it. Oh no! Whiffs the jump by overshooting. A shocking early exit. I did not see that coming. The course doesn't care who you are. On every run, anything can happen. And here we've got Sam P, already one of the top rookies of the season, having an electrifying run on stage 1 with the 2nd fastest time. Can this parkour sweat and Garfield enthusiast reach the 3rd stage? Imagine he fails the first obstacle right after I hyped him up. Alright, he's through the striding steps easily. Wow, incredible. Now ascending the salmon ladder. I'm still confused about his title, IRL Parkourer. Where is he the IRL Parkourer if the man doesn't go outside? I would very much appreciate an answer at some point, and I should also stop joking about this kind of stuff because nobody's titles make sense. But Sam's cruise through the Gatecrasher. Halfway through the course, gonna need to stay steady on this barrel. And he's looking very steady indeed. Easy transition to the rope. Right into the falling shelves. Oh, he does left neos. What a weirdo. Got a clutch up on this reverse grab. Oh, that's a good jump. Oh, that was a good jump. A whole minute remaining for 2 more obstacles. This time limit has been very forgiving. He's also going with the jam strat. Who's surprised? Transition to the 5th, and now needs to transition to the 6th. This will be his last challenge, the massive leap to the final wing nut. And he lands the jump with ease. This dude has just breezed through the stage 2 course, and for some reason, now the camera can't even keep up. Oh boy, this is gonna come down to the wire. I wonder if he'll finish in time. 25 seconds remaining. Wow, that was really close. No, it wasn't. He destroyed the course. Jesus. At least now he'll get to try something harder, because Samuel Peters is moving on to stage 3. The penultimate competitor to tackle stage 2 will be the king of MCC Island, Brunted. Whilst editing this video, he ended up getting first individually in another tournament, and I think his team also won it. How is one man that good at the game? I'm gonna stop glazing, let's actually watch this run. While this dude's running, because obviously he'll clear the first 2 obstacles, now's a great time to mention that signups for the next season of Minecraft Ninja Warrior are open. There's a brand new course with many new obstacles, and now it's open to both Bedrock and Java players. Just join the Discord in the description for more info. Oh right, Brunt is running. Anyway, on the gatecrasher now, let's see if he can slot through these gaps. Utilizing the double open strategy, do it again! Shout out to him for not falling and interrupting my ad read. He was actually worried about this obstacle here, Broken Tank. It's quite easy to lose your footing. All clinging onto the rope from the lowest point. That's gotta be a sigh of relief. And it's another person opting for the left neos. I am biased against these. I just don't understand how people find them easier than just going right. Great jump for the reversal, and he lands on the ledge with room to spare. Now the Wingnut Alley, the hardest obstacle of stage 2. Took out his pal Luna a couple runs ago. He's running slightly low on time. This could be interesting if he takes his time perfecting the setups. Alright, last jump now. Don't choke. And Brunted is not a choker. Actually, he could be if he takes an eternity getting through the wall flip. But it looks like he's ascending these walls with a sense of urgency. Where is this coming from? This random breakneck pace coming out of nowhere will secure Brunted's spot on the 3rd stage, becoming the 5th to do so. A record-breaking number of competitors so far still in contention for total victory. Let's see if the king of MCC Island can become the king of Minecraft Ninja Warrior. And our final runner of this stage probably needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. Coma Swirls, Season 2's last man standing. Over on the sidelines is Sky Warrior and Lyxite, 2 of his buddies. It's time for him to make a triumphant return to the 3rd stage. Last season there were 6 competitors who advanced to stage 2. If Coma can clear, that makes 6 competitors advancing to stage 3. 4 buzzers across 3 seasons so far. He has by far the most experience when it comes to this competition, also being the only competitor to clear stage 1 3 times. Only needs to open a single door to succeed. This dude is hella confident. And he's halfway through. Had no problems dealing with the broken tank last time. Gotta keep up with that barrel. Secures the rope. This is the only obstacle he's never attempted, and that's only because nobody's attempted it before this season. Going around the right side, it's been a while since someone's gone that way. He's overcome the reverse grab, one more obstacle standing between him and a return to stage 3. He's brute forcing the jumps, absolute legend. But you can't really brute force this final jump. He's lining it up. No, Coma falls off! He won't be returning to stage 3. Even though he spent time to line up his last jump, he realized mid-air that he was too far forward, but he couldn't stop his momentum in time. And his chance for redemption is denied. That is an absolute heartbreaker. The competitors have been narrowed down from 13 to just 5. Out of the 5, 3 of them remaining are newcomers and 2 of them are veterans, but they all have one thing in common. None of them have faced stage 3. And first to take on this modified course will be Sourish Candle, a man of many talents. Throughout this season he's had some of the slower finishing times, but here on this course there's no time limit, just a stopwatch. Let's see if he can rise to the occasion and conquer stage 3. This stage starts with a brand new first obstacle, the floating boards. Sour will have to traverse all around the sides of these boards and then leap between them. These first few obstacles are designed to not be too challenging, but definitely chokeable. Gotta dismount off the third board. And 7 more obstacles to go. Here's something more familiar, the hang climb. Floating up really quickly, I think he got a boost from the starting platform. Up to the resting bar has more than enough levitation required to get up. And onto slam dunk, a tricky reaction test. Times it, dismount, he's a baller! Into the ultimate cliffhanger, which has been tremendously buffed from last season. This second ledge is much further, and that's just one of many changes. He grabs on, easy flip, now has to curve backwards to the 4th ledge. Good technique, has to curve the other way to the 5th ledge, the hardest transition. No, Sour's down! Was looking very strong, but just couldn't get the momentum to reach that ledge. That will be the end of a fantastic season for Sour. The second victim, competitor taking on stage 3 is Sky Oreos, having an exceptional rookie season. He's had 2 very clean runs so far, finishing with plenty of time left both times, and he's been one of the most popular competitors of the season with many spectators. Speaking of spectators, Lyxite will be watching from his house, but there's many others watching in the voice channel, just trust me. Just a heads up, if nobody can beat all 4 stages, the last man standing will be whoever has the best result, and they will receive a month of regular Discord Nitro as compensation. But of course nobody wants to sell for just that title. Oh, it's over for Sky Oreos already! Out on the floating boards, just couldn't make it around that second board. What a shock. Next up is another fan favorite for the competition, Kubo. She's been having a breakout season, going from a first stage fail last season to making it all the way here. She also has her fans Sky Warrior and Only Golden, who have been supporting her for every run this season. That's some true dedication. The spotlight's on her now. We'll see if she can be precise enough to get a shot at climbing stage 4. This stage has 8 obstacles in total, and while some are much more difficult than others, all of them are very chokeable. This second board is where Sky Oreos fell a minute ago. Low grab. Came very close to peeling off those vines, but she'll reach the ladder and cross over to the third board. Another low grab. She's been struggling with this obstacle. Get out of there. Now the hang climb. If any competitor can beat slam dunk at a faster pace than Sour, then they will get the best result instead. Unfortunately, I don't think Kubo will be able to due to her pace on the boards, but there's a chance she can make it further or even beat the course. Good leap, dismount, baller. Kubo has to make it through ultimate cliffhanger to have a chance at the non-winner reward. As its name implies, this right here is the ultimate test of precision. A quick transfer to the 4th ledge, now for the 5th. And again, it's just not enough. Going out on the same jump as Sour, also coming pixels away from grabbing on. But it's been a brilliant performance for Kubo, and I'm sure her supporters are happy with this great breakout season. Second to last to attempt stage 3 is one of MCC Island's finest, Brunted. Because Sam finished with the fastest time on stage 2, and I make the rules, he'll be running last. Could the king of MCC Island be the one to go all the way? Let's see if the Cooper Kid can put on a shell-shocking performance. He'll be the first to traverse around the left side of the boards. Honestly, kind of weird, but you do you. He's making it through smoothly. That grab was a little low, and he's just got one board left. Skips the middle vine, one more edge to climb around. And he should be good. If he wants to secure the non-winner reward, he needs to make it through the hang climb and slam dunk quickly. He's rising. Oh, I don't think he's got the time. Lands on the resting bar. Now for some perfect timing on slam dunk. Lock in. Transfer. Dismount. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another baller. But because of his slower pace, surviving the ultimate cliffhanger is mandatory. Heck, it's mandatory anyway if he wants to beat the whole course. Nice way to get momentum to land on the second ledge. This upcoming fourth transfer is unbeaten. It's looked impossible so far. Can Brunter be the first to conquer it? He cannot! Well, that jump has just been vicious, but congrats Brunted on a terrific rookie season. Oh, he got disconnected. Tragic. 32 competitors have fallen into the waters of Mount Shockbite. Now, only one remains. The last hope for achieving total victory. The last hope for beating stage 3. The last hope for even beating the ultimate cliffhanger. Samuel Peters, 710. Parkour extraordinaire. IRL parkour extraordinaire. He's done some of the hardest parkour maps and challenges ever created, but now he'll face his greatest test of all. Stage 3. His journey starts on the floating board, seeing as this could be the final run of the season. We've upped the graphic settings. I hope all of you still watching like them. He's wrapping around the corners without much struggle. Already on that final board. Flawless vine tech on display here. But if he wants to be the last man standing, oh, he just got lag backed and he won't be able to get enough distance to the next button. Well, in this position, competitors would have to make a jump to the next button, but seeing as he lagged, the first one will be replaced. Now he's off, floating high into the sky, high as a kite. Due to that mishap, he now has to beat the ultimate cliffhanger to become the last man standing. Into slam dunk. Is he a baller? 3-point shot? This obstacle has destroyed the stage 3 competitor field. Sour, Kubo, and Brunted all fell here. The ultimate cliffhanger. The ultimate test of precision. On the 4th ledge. He's on the 5th ledge. One last move. And Samuel Peters is Minecraft Ninja Warrior 3's last man standing. But he wants more. He wants to go all the way. And he is zooming through the dragon back. Straight into the cane lane. Another new obstacle. There's not much standing room on these canes, though some of the holds are a bit larger on the opposite track. So much precision is needed. Every jump must be perfect. Links some moves, one last cane. He holds on. Sampi becomes the 3rd ever to attempt the dungeon. 2 seasons have passed, and no competitor has ever defeated this obstacle. Onto the second wall, the hanging rods. If anyone can escape the dungeon, it has to be him. Now for the final wall. No! The slip! That's how it ends? The dungeon remains undefeated. He was looking so dominant. This course was looking like a cakewalk for Sam. But in the end, he jumped a tick too late. But even so, your last man standing. Give it up. For Samp 710, Samuel Peters. But that's not all. Next season marks the start of a new era of Minecraft Ninja Warrior with a new course and bedrock compatibility, and you can sign up for it right now by joining the Discord server in the description. Thank you for watching Minecraft Ninja Warrior.